Tennessee Valley Sports with Rocco DiSangro.
New coach, same system, new excitement. Since his arrival on the Plains, Bryan Harsin has brought with him a ton of hype. While the Tide lit up the Vols in the fourth, fans lit up those victory cigars, celebrating their 15th straight win over Tennessee. The Pirates have fought gold tooth and nail all year long, while the Knights have protected their kingdom. Despite the team nicknames, we're not in medieval times. Back here at the BBC Mars Music Hall, here, let's take a look at who's just walking through the door. Unbelievable. That is Kyra Lewis Jr. right on cue. The 19-year-old Tennessee Valley native is making his appearance to the crowd. Now, the Ninja Challenge may only be in its first year in the Alabama State game, but with its growth, this may only be the beginning. It was the foul seen around the college basketball world, a controversial call in the Final Four, put an end to the Auburn Tigers season. So bring the family out, enjoy this, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So guys, if you need me, I'll be watching some baseball. Since Nick Saban took over in Tuscaloosa, Alabama has won the last 14 over Tennessee. From 2007 on, many have tried and all have failed. You can't spell Phillip without two L's. Fulmer lost twice. The Lane train got derailed. Derek Dooley went 0-3. Butch Jones sent home. Pruitt couldn't do it. And Heupel is no disciple, but Josh would love nothing more than to hand the Tide a loss. Here's Saban on who the Tide is playing.
I would think because we're playing Tennessee and it's a rivalry game and playing at home and haven't been at home for a while, that everybody should be really excited about, this game and what we need to do to try to play as well as we can possibly play so we have a chance to be successful.
Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m. We'll have coverage of the game Saturday night.
Now, Tennessee Valley Sports with Rocco DiSangro.
Auburn had its chances late Saturday night in Happy Valley. The big one, down 8 with under 3.5 to go in the game. 4th and goal on the 2, unable to capitalize on that Bo Nix fade. One of the biggest questions entering the year, how would the offense look under Bryan Harsin and Mike Bobo? Against Penn State, the run game looked good. Through the air, not good enough for their head coach. Now 3 games into the season, O-lineman Austin Troxell was asked how the offense is coming together. Here's what the former Madison Academy standout had to say.
I think, going through spring, with the new staff and then camp and, now we got 3 games under our belt. We're definitely more comfortable now. Just continuing building on communication up front can always get better. But, we're right now the play calls, we kind of know what to expect, know what looks we're going to get, and that makes it easier.
Troxell's rocking a heck of a mustache. Auburn plays host to Georgia State Saturday at 3 p.m. Football is, of course, a very physical game, but it's a mental one as well. It's easy to get down on yourself after a bad throw or drop pass. Take Slade Bolden, for example. The Alabama wideout let a would-be touchdown slip through his hands against Florida. His body language says it all. But here's what followed.
I was able to just, once that happened, just to go on to the next play. What is the next thing that I can do to help the team, and also what's the next opportunity that may present itself and take advantage of it. And I was able to have coaches and teammates be able to keep me from, getting too down on myself, which, I knew from the jump as soon as it happened that to forget about it, next play mentality.
Next play mentality in everyday life, it's a next day mentality at times. Brian Robinson went on to score 2 plays later, so it didn't affect the outcome of the game. Bama hosts Southern Miss this Saturday. So the Titans were down in Seattle, but never out. Trailing by 2 scores at the half, Tennessee turned it on. A last-minute touchdown sent the game to OT, then the team went on to win on a field goal. Huntsville native Chester Rogers caught 2 passes for 22 yards in the win. The former Lehigh standout, now 27 years old, is finding his way in Tennessee's loaded offense. On Wednesday, during the team's media availability, he earned some high praise from the team's starting quarterback.
Yeah, Chester's done a really good job for us. He's a guy who came in last year, saw him making plays against the defense, and then during training camp, he just continued to improve the entire time. Made some big plays for us during training camp and built that trust. And again, showed up on Sunday, tight windows on 3rd down, making tough catches, taking hits, and converting big first downs for us. So really confident throwing the ball to Chester.
So I'm sure he's hoping that his role is going to increase, but that's some high praise from a starting quarterback on an NFL team from Tannehill. So that's big. Same name, same number.
On the move with the jumper.
same clutch gene. The connection between Kobe Bryant and former Lee basketball star Kobe Brown runs deeper than you think. And it all began with a recruiting trip back in the 90s.
I contacted LaSalle University, where Joe Bryant was working. He was a recruiter there. I think it was his first year. We went to his son's game, Kobe's game. You know, I mean, everybody was Kobe, 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 and I was thinking, I said, Joe, so your son must be pretty good. He said, all right, Coach, he's okay. Well, when the game started, this kid came out, I mean, he was unbelievable.
Brown and Kobe would strike up a conversation after the game when another kid approached them.
Kobe turns around and he started conversing with the kid in another language. And I said, Joe, I said, your son speaks a foreign language? He said, well, Coach, actually he speaks a couple. And I was like, oh my God. I said, if I ever have a kid, I'm gonna name him Kobe.
Kobe Brown was born on January 1st, 2000.
Having a guy like that, being named after a guy like that is really unique and amazing. Both on and off the court, he just had a dog mentality or Mamba mentality.
20 years later, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others were killed in a helicopter crash. It hit the Brown family hard.
When we named him Kobe, I thought Kobe would be here. It hurt my son quite a bit, hurt me quite a bit, but here we are.
He treated everyone special, I mean, right. It was a shame to see what happened to him and his daughter and the rest of the people that were on board the helicopter.
We thought someone like Kobe was bigger than life, and we didn't expect him to ever die, but it was quite a shock.
Now a freshman basketball player for Missouri, Kobe hopes to carry on more than just the game of basketball in his namesake's honor.
Definitely just going out every day and, you know, playing as hard as I can, just like Kobe would, and not taking any days for granted.
Just enjoy what you have and the people around you, the people who care about you and show you that they care about you and love you. Just appreciate that while you have it.
With hard work and perseverance on and off the court, the sky's the limit for Brown. And he doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Embracing the Mamba mentality made famous by Kobe Bean Bryant.
Every hooper should go out and play as hard as they can to, you know, just in remembrance of Kobe, then do it for him. So that's what I plan on doing.
Kobe's gonna go as far as Kobe can go. I just want him to be a better person than he is a basketball player. I want people to see him as someone that you can embrace that will embrace you back. Just the type of person he turned out to be is what I want my son to be more than anything.